everyone and welcome to the Kalandagarak channel, and this video is going to be all about our hiking gear. In the last video I asked you to take me questions or ask me questions for a Q&A video, and I got one really good question, and that was what kind of harness I recommend for hiking. And I thought, why couldn't I do a hiking gear video where I show you what we use in hikings and maybe give you some tips and ideas about what is good for hiking and what is not necessarily good for hiking. So I thought first we should go through all of the gear I will be explaining the video. We have three types of hiking shoes: the neon vests, the muzzle, the water bowl, three types of leashes, collars. I have a belt and a pulling harness, two normal walking harnesses. I have a raincoat for winter which don't take up too much space, so I always bring that with me. I have two types of backpacks: treat bag, injury spray or wound spray, and the poo bag holder, because I tend to forget it all the time and I have to use other bags to pick up the poo. So here is everything, and let's see them. First I bought you the three leashes I showed you. First one is this 2-meter long biotan leash, which I always bring with me even for a secondary leash, and I really like it because it's 2-meter long and it's the right size. It has two buckles, and for shorter walks I may bring this only with me because I can attach two dogs to it, and for longer hikes it's also really comfortable to hold, and I really trust in it. It won't rip apart or anything, and most of the time I find it better than the flexi, but it don't give that much freedom for the dog. The second one is the flexi, which I know some people don't like, some do like it. I always say, if you use it right, it's a really good gear. I bought it because I wanted to give Dolly a little bit more freedom, but you have to use it carefully, because if he sees a deer or something, you have to be really quick to push the button. One thing I wouldn't do with it is that I attach this to their collar, because I think it's really dangerous, and I always use it with harness. But the downside of it is that you have to hold this and you can't push your arm around it, so it's a bit hard to take photos and videos when I use this, but yeah, it gives more freedom to the dog. And the third leash I will be showing you is this bungee leash from Musher, which I rarely use. I should use it more, I think, but I don't really like it because it really don't give that much control over the dog. But it's good for really long hikes, and I will show you the other things I always use it with. The thing is why I don't like it is that it really don't gives you control over the dog, and when he sees a deer, for example, it stretches and bump. So yeah, I don't really like it, but for really long hikes it's really useful because it's more comfortable, and for biking and canicross it's also really good. We arrive to the harnesses. First of all, I have this belt, which I use it with the bungee leash. It's also from Musher, but I have to change the buckle on it because I didn't like the original one. And it's really comfortable and really gives you freedom because you have all your hands free, and you can really stop the dog with your whole body. And I use it with my pulling harness. It's Dolly's musher pulling harness, which he don't really likes because this part is on his back, and he got used to it, but he didn't really like it, or don't really like it. But it's really comfortable, and it's really good for really long hikes, up more than 15 kilometers or 20 kilometers. I use it for really long hikes, but as I said, Dolly don't really like it, and I couldn't seem to find the right one for Inti, so we are kind of unlucky with these pulling harnesses. But for hikes or regular walks, when you want to go kind of faster, it's really good, and also really good for biking and canicross. And we arrived to the original question, which is what kind of harnesses I recommend for hikes. And I recommend types like these. It's Dolly's, it's Inti's, it's Ypsilon kind of harnesses, and it's really good because the harness allows the shoulder to move freely, and it's really comfortable for them. It's Dolly has this one from Wish, and it's a True Love harness, and you can find something like this in Freshnov, but I always think or see that this little hoop is not seem to be that strong than on this one. And also it's really good because it's wider here, and it's about his armpit, a bit further than his armpit, and it don't allows the harness to go over, because I had really kind of problems on harnesses rotating on the dogs. And also it was really important when we made this one. It's a Rona Pet harness for Inti, and it's a custom made, that we did it like this, so it won't rotate on the dog. So I think those who rotate only have one strap here. So, and if you have a sight-houndish or a narrow dog, it slips really easily, so I would recommend watching this part to be okay, and don't rotate. So it's the same, so the shoulder can move freely, and it gives you better control than the pulling harness, but it's also comfortable for the dogs to walk in it. Also this one has this little grab thing. So yeah, I would recommend these kind of harnesses. I won't recommend the Norwegian type for long hikes, because I don't think that's good for the dog in long term, because it won't allow the shoulder to move freely, and it's not comfortable. I had a canine khaki length harness, and I really didn't like it because the dog can't move in freely in it. So the next one is my backpacks. I bought you 2 backpacks today. I use this for shorter summer hikes because you can't really fit too much things in it, but you can fit a bottle, and it's good for under 15-kilometer hikes, but you can't really fit your camera gear in it safely. So that's why I only use it in summer, when you don't have to pack away your camera. And which I won't ever regret buying is this Logic Case camera backpack, which has a zip in the middle, you can see. It is really good. The only downside in it is that you can't really fit 2 big bottles in it, just only to the sides, because it separates the 2 parts. It's really good because it has a really good keep in it, and it has a metal thing, so it opens like this. And also you can hold your camera gear safely in the second part, and you can really have it easily. Just you put it down, zip the middle, and you can separate the dog things or the food you will be bringing to the hike like this from your camera gear or your phone or something like that. It's really good because it has really wide straps, and it's you should always look how wide the straps in a hiking backpack, because it's really comfortable in long term, and it has a breathable back. So yeah, these backpacks are kind of expensive. I really like it, and also it can stand on its own because it has a really good keep, and I really like it. I also have a big hiking backpack which I won't really use for hikings because I won't hike that big distance, but I do use it for traveling because you can fit a lot of your things in it, so you don't have to bring other bags with you for your things. Maybe just one for the dog things, but yeah, I won't use it that often. So last but not least, we have the hiking shoes I use. First of all, for shorter and faster hikes, I use this type of shoes from Decathlon. They have a really good sole with a kind of a grip, a good grip, but these won't hold your ankle, so I won't recommend it for harder hikes in harder terrain. But they are really good for about 5 kilometers, under 10 kilometers. And I have two types of real hiking boots. These are the summer ones. It's these from McKinley. I bought it in the Intersport. These are really good because I had another type which I used for quite a long time, but it really wear off, and that was really heavy. But these are really light, and these will hold your ankle because they are a little higher, and you can go on a little stream with it because it won't let the water in for a bit of time. I wouldn't recommend it in going in water for a long time. But yeah, I really like these because they are light, because heavy shoes in summer are really not good thing. And last but not least, these aren't mine because mine looks horrible because of the mud, but I have winter boots as well. They are like these. They are almost the same like these. It's from leather, and it won't let the snow or the water in. They are not that breathable as the summer one, but it's really good for winter. Maybe better than snowshoes in my opinion, for what I use them, because they have a really good grip on slippery surfaces, and also the summer one has really good grip in slippery surfaces. And yeah, they are warmer. You can always wear warmer socks in them. But I had to really size up when it comes to boots, because I believe the summer one is European size 38, and most of my summer shoes are 36 or at maximum 37. So I have had to size up because if I wear sports socks in it, I need that extra space in the boots. So I really can recommend you buying some boots that are light, won't let the water in that easily, and I recommend you to size up when you buy hiking boots. And I won't recommend you buying them blindly from internet, because that might be not the best fit for you. I always bought my hiking shoes from shops where I go in and try it so I can feel that it will be comfortable in long term, because it really sucks if it's a bit small or somewhere it's too narrow, and it can kill you in a long hike that you don't have the right size of shoes. And some other things I forgot to show you. First of all, I have these visible vests for the dogs. If there's a chance I let them off leash, they are really visible in these, and that's why I bought a raincoat like this, because especially in autumn it really helps to see Inti. Even if he stands nearby, you can't see him with his color. And the muzzle thing, yeah, Dolly is kind of reactive, and if you have a dog that runs up to you, I know it's not ideal, but yeah, it's for the protection of other dogs. He can eat in it and drink in it, so, and I easily can put it on and put it off. So yeah, I have this always with me because I don't want other dogs to get injured. Obviously I don't want my dog to be injured, but yeah, it's kind of a necessary thing. But he really improved a lot, and I think he will improve more if I keep bringing him to those situations. But for the time, I always bring a muzzle with me. You never know what could happen, and maybe that's why I always bring it with me. And I don't think I have to explain the water bowl to you. I have a collapsible water bowl. You can attach it outside of your bag, and if it's wet, it's better to have it outside than inside your bag. And yeah, I always bring my camera gear with me. Sometimes I bring my gimbal with me, sometimes not. It depends on my mood. What I want to hold and what I don't want to hold through the whole hike. You should always bring enough water and some snacks if you don't want to bring sandwiches. There are a lot of fine snacks for you to bring it on hikes. I also really recommend isotonical drinks because they are really good in hikes, especially in summer and in warmer weather. They are really good. I also recommend getting a water bottle because it's kind of environment friendly and you don't have to always buy a new one. So I hope I said everything and told you everything I have, and I hope I could give you some tips and ideas you can use. And I hope you have a great week or weekend, and I hope you can go on hiking in this COVID situation. Don't forget to subscribe or like our channels or Instagram or in Facebook. And I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!